So the Batman vs Superman trailer just came out in Comic-Con, and generally I got two things from it. One, Khal Drogo is a Jack Daniels drinking badass. Holy fuck, they finally made Aquaman cool. And secondly, that they're finally deciding to add some more humor to their films. I think this is really important because the somber tone the first two movies had doesn't really appeal to a wide audience as the newer ones do. Yes, it will still make money, but it won't make as much money. People generally didn't like the first two mainly because of how somber they were and how dark and in the depths they were. Yes, Batman is very dark, but Superman conceptually is not a very dark character. He's a Boy Scout. He's a very uplifting, helping an old lady across the street eat your oatmeal kind of good guy. So in saying that, it's interesting when they make a movie about Superman that's very dark and in the depths, a bit like a Batman movie should be. In my opinion, Man of Steel should not have been as dark as it was. Like, there is literally a scene in that where he is sinking into a pile of human skulls. That is a scene that exists in a Superman movie. There's also a scene where he snaps the neck of a man and screams loudly after doing so. No Superman movie needs to be that dark, and I think they actually have learned their lesson. I think they've decided that the best way to handle this is to kind of lighten the tone of the movie, because at the end of the day, Marvel have done so well mainly because of the way they've handled this kind of stuff with humor, because it very much appeals to the more normal audience who just want a good film experience and they don't really care about the background of the characters. Comic book readers are very outspoken in this film industry, but in reality, the most popular comics at the moment make about £1 million in sales, whereas the most popular movie, i.e. The Avengers, has made about $1.5 billion. I mean, the difference is huge, meaning that a massive portion of that audience are either just normal people who don't read comics or they're kids. So humor appeals to both kids and people who don't read comics, so it makes it much more accessible and much more easy to watch. Now, the thing is, the problem I've heard a lot with people is that they seem to complain that they're trying to copy Marvel's style of humor, but the thing is, Marvel didn't invent the style of humor. In fact, Marvel didn't even invent the concept of heroes coming together. In fact, Justice League comics were around before Avengers comics. The Justice League concept came around first. It's just the Avengers were faster to the punch in making the movies. And now that Marvel's foot is firmly planted in the arses of the film industry, it's very difficult for people to forget about Marvel when you do superhero movies, mainly because of how popular Marvel is. Personally, I don't think they're copying Marvel. I think they're taking a different angle with it. I think they're trying something different, and hopefully, I hope everyone else will recognize that. Judging from the lack of dislikes, most people generally believe that this movie can be good. But I think it's a balance though. I think you have to balance the humor with the somber moments. Because if you put in too much humor, they'll be accused of being like Marvel, and if you make it too somber, you'll be accused of kind of not learning from your mistakes. So it's very much a balance how they do this movie. And I think from the looks of it, from the trailer so far at least, it looks like they're doing that part right. It's very much up in the air if they do it right or not in the end, but for now, it's looking like the movie's looking like it's coming together pretty well. And as a final unrelated note, I want to talk about Batman as a whole. Justice League Batman is very different from the Batman we've seen so far in the movies, because the thing with Batman is he has to be able to be as smart and as capable as freaking gods. So it'll be interesting to see. It could just be a Batman vs Superman situation where he's kind of hiding in the corner as they're all fighting Doomsday, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and sit in my lawn chair and wait for you guys to finish up, and then I'll just come in the last minute and help out a little bit, but then I'll run away again. And then I'll stay back. I think another difficult thing to do would be to make Batman as powerful as he is in the comic. Because the thing is, there's moments in this Justice League trailer where you can tell that both the Flash and Aquaman would beat the living shit out of him if they had the chance. Like, the Flash just catches his Batarang like it's nothing, and then the Aquaman rams him against a wall. I mean, I don't know if they're going to nerf the villain or the characters to make Batman seem stronger, or if they're just going to make Batman stronger. I don't know how they'll do that. But to be honest, that's not really the most important part of the Justice League movie anyway. So I'm quite optimistic about how this might turn out. I hope to God it goes well. But then again, Batman vs Superman had some pretty cool trailers too, and that was only mediocre. Anyway, feel free to subscribe and tell me what you think about it in the comments, because I am interested to hear about your opinions. And also, have a good one.